Have you ever had a moment where you reached for something on the top shelf, or tried to remember where you left your keys, and thought to yourself, is this the beginning of needing help? Or maybe you've caught yourself hesitating before asking your children for a hand because you didn't want to feel like a burden. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. Many of us, as we move into our 60s, 70s, and beyond, start to think more seriously about what it really means to stay independent. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and even financially. And let's be honest, nobody wants to feel like they're depending on their kids for every little thing. We raise them to stand on their own 2 feet, and now, in this chapter of our lives, we want to do the same for ourselves. But here's the thing. Living independently doesn't mean doing everything alone. It means setting up your life in a way that gives you freedom, dignity, and control, without putting extra stress on your children. It's about creating a lifestyle where you can thrive, feel proud, and still enjoy meaningful connections with your family. Not out of need, but out of choice. In this video, we're going to talk about 4 powerful yet simple secrets to living independently without bothering your children. These aren't complicated ideas or unrealistic goals. They're practical steps that anyone can start doing, no matter your age or situation. And each one can bring you closer to a life that feels full, vibrant, and completely your own. So let's get into the first secret, something that often gets overlooked but makes all the difference. It's about taking control of your daily routines. Yes, something as ordinary as a morning or evening routine can quietly shape how strong, sharp, and self-sufficient you stay. Think about it this way. When you wake up in the morning and already know what you're going to do, whether it's stretching, drinking a glass of water, tidying up a little, or taking your morning walk, you've already given yourself a sense of purpose and structure. That small structure builds momentum, keeps your mind engaged, your body active, and your day focused. And the more predictable and purposeful your days are, the less likely you are to feel overwhelmed, forget things, or let little tasks pile up until you have to ask someone else to step in. You don't need a rigid schedule, just a few core habits. For example, keeping your home tidy by doing a few light chores each day. Not waiting until the mess gets big. Preparing simple meals in advance, or keeping a list of go-to healthy foods so you're never stuck wondering what to eat. Even keeping a small notepad on the counter to jot down things you need from the store can help you stay ahead, instead of calling your son or daughter at the last minute for a forgotten item. And here's a little secret within the secret. Routines aren't just about managing tasks, they're also about confidence. When you feel in control of your time, you naturally feel more independent. You know where things are. You know what's coming next. That sense of calm builds self-trust. And that self-trust is something your children will see and appreciate too. Now let's talk about something just as important. Staying physically strong. I know. The knees ache. The back isn't what it used to be. And some days it's just easier to sit down and rest. But movement is not just about looking fit or keeping weight down. It's about protecting your freedom. Every time you walk around the block, stretch your arms, stand up without using your hands, or balance on one foot while brushing your teeth, you're telling your body, I still own this. Strength equals independence. Mobility equals choice. And the more you keep moving, the less you'll need to rely on others for the little things, like getting up from a chair, carrying groceries, or walking up a few stairs. Now, I'm not saying you need to sign up for a gym or start lifting weights unless that's your thing. But even 10 to 15 minutes a day of intentional movement can make a huge difference. Maybe it's chair exercises while watching TV. Maybe it's walking slowly up and down your hallway with a little music on. Maybe it's gentle yoga or Tai Chi in the park. Doesn't matter what it looks like. What matters is that you're telling your body, we're still in this game. And here's something else that might surprise you. Your physical independence also sends a quiet message to your children. When they see you moving around confidently, managing your own errands, staying active, they worry less. They feel proud. And you feel proud too. So now we've talked about creating strong, supportive daily routines and staying physically active. 2 powerful foundations for living independently. But independence doesn't just come from what you do with your body or your time. It also comes from what's going on in your mind, your attitude, your outlook, your sense of purpose. Let's keep going. So now that we've built a foundation with strong routines and staying active, let's talk about what truly fuels your independence from the inside out, your mindset. That quiet voice in your head that says, "I've got this," or on tough days, "I'll find a way." It's easy to underestimate just how powerful that inner attitude can be. But trust me, it changes everything. You see, independence isn't only about having the physical ability to do things. It's also about believing that you can figure things out, even when life throws curveballs. And let's be honest, it will. Appliances break. Doctor's appointments come up. The weather ruins your plans. But the difference between someone who stays confident and someone who feels helpless usually comes down to mindset. One of the best ways to nurture a strong, self-sufficient mindset is by staying curious and mentally engaged. That might sound like a small thing, but it keeps your brain sharp, your mood positive, and your confidence high. Whether it's learning how to use a new app on your phone, reading a book on a topic you've never explored before, or even challenging yourself to solve a crossword puzzle every morning, these little mental exercises remind you that you're still growing, still learning, and still capable. And here's something many people forget. Asking questions and learning new things isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Your children are likely more than happy to help you with technology or something you're unfamiliar with. But when you take the time to try it first on your own, it shows them that you're not afraid to adapt. That makes them feel proud, not pressured. Another important part of maintaining that strong mindset is staying emotionally independent. That doesn't mean bottling things up or pretending everything is always fine. It means having healthy ways to handle stress, loneliness, or even fear, without letting those feelings take over your life or constantly turning to others for reassurance. One powerful way to do this is through connection. Yes, connection actually supports emotional independence. Sounds a little backward, but it works. When you have meaningful conversations, when you spend time with people who lift your spirits, you feel more stable and grounded. You don't feel like you're carrying the weight of the world alone. Now, that doesn't have to mean being surrounded by crowds. Maybe it's meeting a neighbor for a cup of tea once a week. Maybe it's calling an old friend just to catch up. Maybe it's joining a group, online or in person, where you can talk about something you enjoy, whether it's gardening, books, or even classic movies. The key is that it's something that brings you joy, not just something to fill the time. What this does is strengthen your sense of identity, so you're not always relying on your children to provide that emotional support. You'll have your own sources of joy, laughter, and peace. And the truth is, that's one of the greatest gifts you can give both yourself and your family. When you're emotionally balanced, everyone around you benefits. Of course, sometimes things get hard. We all have moments where we feel down, unsure, or frustrated. That's perfectly normal. But if you've built up habits that keep your spirit strong, like gratitude, reflection, and staying mentally active, then you'll bounce back quicker. You'll find your footing again without feeling like you're dragging someone else into your storm. Now let's talk about one more secret that holds all of this together. It's something many people avoid thinking about until it becomes a problem. But the truth is, it can make all the difference between feeling free and feeling stuck. And that's managing your finances wisely. Money can be a sensitive topic, especially as we get older. It's easy to feel overwhelmed or even embarrassed by the subject. But taking a clear, calm look at your financial life is one of the strongest moves you can make toward real independence. This doesn't mean you need to have a lot of money. It means you need to understand what you do have and how to make it work for you, not against you. Because when your finances are in order, you don't have to lean on your children for help when unexpected expenses pop up. You don't have to feel guilty about needing a ride, paying for medications, or keeping your house in good shape. You've already planned for it. One simple step is keeping a monthly budget, even a small one. Write down what comes in and what goes out. Look for places where you can cut back without feeling deprived, like cooking at home a little more, or trimming subscriptions you don't use. Every small choice adds up. Also, don't be afraid to ask questions or get help from a financial counselor or advisor. Many community centers offer free or low-cost financial advice for seniors. That kind of support doesn't mean you're losing independence. It means you're protecting it. You're being proactive. You're making smart, informed decisions so you can stay in control. And if you're in a position to do so, set up a system where your bills are paid automatically, or where a trusted person can help without taking over. That way, you stay in the driver's seat, but you're not caught off guard when life gets busy or unpredictable. All of this, your routines, your physical health, your mindset, your finances, it works together like pieces of a puzzle. Each one adds strength to the next. Each one brings you closer to the kind of life where you feel free, capable, and truly independent. Let's keep going. By now, you can probably feel how everything we've talked about connects. A strong routine, a healthy body, a clear and confident mindset, and smart financial choices. They're like the roots of a tree, keeping you grounded no matter what winds blow through your life. But there's one more secret we haven't talked about yet. And while it might seem simple on the surface, it's one of the most powerful of all. Preparing your environment to work for you, not against you. You might be thinking, I've lived in this house for 30 years. I know it like the back of my hand. And that's true. But as time goes on, the things that used to be easy, reaching high cabinets, stepping over a rug, bending down to get something from under the sink, can quietly turn into hazards. And often, we don't realize how much these little challenges are wearing us down until something happens. Like a stumble or a strained back. The beauty of this secret is that it's all about working smarter, not harder. It's not about giving up control, it's about taking it. When you set up your home to support your independence, you create an environment that allows you to keep doing what you love safely and confidently. Start by taking a slow walk through your home, one room at a time. Ask yourself, is this space helping me, or is it quietly making things harder? Maybe it's time to replace that slippery bath mat with one that grips the floor. Maybe the lighting in the hallway could be a little brighter to avoid nighttime missteps. Maybe it's time to move your everyday dishes to a lower shelf so you're not constantly stretching or using a stool. These aren't big changes, but they make a big difference. And don't stop inside the house. Look at the tasks you do every day. Are there simple tools that could make life easier? A lightweight vacuum, a rolling cart for groceries, a grabber tool for reaching items? These little things can save your energy and reduce the chance of injury. Remember, independence isn't about pushing through discomfort. It's about setting up your life so it works for you now and in the future. And while you're at it, take a look at your routines through the same lens. Maybe you've always done the laundry all in one day, but splitting it up into smaller loads might feel easier now. Or maybe you've been handling all the bills manually, but using autopay could free up time and worry. None of this means giving up control, it means protecting it. Now, here's something beautiful about all of this. When your home, your body, your finances, and your mindset are working in harmony, something amazing happens. Your relationship with your children changes. You're not the one who needs checking on or looking after. You're the one who still has your rhythm, your humor, your sense of purpose. And they notice that. Your calls become about connection, not concern. Your visits become moments of joy, not obligation. You get to be present in their lives on your terms, not because you need them to fix something, but because you want to share your time together. And let's not forget, our children, no matter how old they get, are still watching us. Still learning from us. When they see you taking care of yourself, growing, adapting, and living fully, it teaches them something powerful about aging. You show them that getting older doesn't mean giving up control. It means knowing yourself better than ever, and making choices that reflect that wisdom. Now, before we wrap up, let's take a deep breath together. Just pause for a moment and look at everything you already are. You've lived through decades of change, of love, of challenge, of resilience. You've raised families, built homes, made tough choices, and kept going even when things felt heavy. And now, in this new season of life, you still have so much to offer. Not just to others, but to yourself. Living independently without bothering your children isn't about doing everything alone. It's about standing in your own power. It's about recognizing that with a few smart choices, some steady habits, and a little intention, you can create a life that's peaceful, confident, and beautifully yours. So whether you're starting fresh or just making a few small changes, know this. It's never too late to claim your independence. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about saying, this is my life, and I'm going to live it fully, with grace, courage, and joy. If anything in this video resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Maybe share a tip that's helped you stay independent, or a change you're thinking of making. Your story might inspire someone else who's on the same path. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. We're building a space here where growing older means growing stronger, and you're a big part of that. Here's to living life on your own terms. Here's to feeling strong, staying sharp, and making every day count, no matter your age. You've still got so much living to do.